This is The Close-Up, conversations about creativity, made possible by Barco. From our studios in Los Angeles, here is Jim Chabin.
Wim Buyens is with us. He serves as head of entertainment and theatrical for Barco, the world's leader in movie and entertainment technology. He also serves as chairman of the Advanced Imaging Society and is here from Belgium. Welcome back.
Thank you, Jim.
Do you consider yourself a creative entertainment person, or a technology company?
It's an interesting question, you know. I remember when I joined Barco 10 years ago, we were seen very much as a technology company at the time, right? And I think from a Hollywood perspective, that was a little bit odd at the time. So I think if I look today, what I think Barco Entertainment has done very well is being a technology serving, that's what we make, that's what we deliver, but really being much more an entertainment company. So it's a blend, I would say, of both entertainment and technology. And so I would say, yes, we are an entertainment company, but how do we make money? That's by bringing technology to the markets.
You've got your eyes on both the concert and the live experience and then what people want when they go to the movies. Barco provided the technology for Adele's concert and last summer's Drake tour. You work with musical artists and those kinds of performers all the time. What are they looking for when they are putting their tours together? What connection do they want and how do you play that role?
Yeah, it's interesting to see how that has been evolving over the last, let's say, 10 years, right? I mean, it's the visual aspect has a very dominant parameter today when they do a tour, right? So, of course, the music is key because that's where people come, right? They go to the artist.
I hate to turn up out of the blue, uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me, it isn't over.
And the difference with the tour is you have to move it around, right? Because it's not at a physical place. So you have to think about how can I move that experience around? And so it puts challenges, opportunities, of course, for us to do so. But right now, how do you create this experience and that people say, I can't see it anywhere else? That is really what the tour is about. The sound, yes, absolutely, because that's fundamental and always been there, but it's also the visual, up to the level of sound. And that for us is new, but that's exciting.
I did some reading about the Drake tour, and we're going to play some video of that. The term theatrical comes up. This will be a theatrical experience for his fans. That's kind of an interesting addition to a concert discussion, right?
Yes. No, it is. I think the theatrical is seen like the ultimate quality of showing a picture, right? It's typically very thoughtful. It's a storytelling, how you bring the consumer, how you bring the moviegoer from A to B. They want to have a similar thing with the tour, right? So they want to get to the similar type of quality and they want to tell a story. And I think the visual telling of a story, I think that is a new dimension. And I think the tour you just referred to is just showing that. And that's great. That's how, for us, the two worlds, you could say, are coming closer together than ever. That it's about storytelling. And how do we then help making that story come alive, being a wow story, but also that people later on say, I got it, right? I figured out, I see what they wanted to tell me. And that is... That's why we have concerts today, which is at a very different level, I would say, than ever before.
What do filmmakers want? When you sit down with them, what are they trying to achieve? Where do they want movies to go?
Yeah, I think that filmmakers, and yes, you're right, we are privileged to be able to talk with many of the filmmakers. At the same time, our main customers are the exhibitors, right, where money has to be made here. But it's the fact that the creative aspect is key for them. So they want to be able to tell their story. And if they can renew themselves in doing so, they like that. You know, when we talk about Barco Escape, the multi-screen experience, for them it's a different canvas. How can I use that canvas to bring my story? And how can I make this even a more unique experience and a more wow effect? But also how can I get the story more real to the customer, that they're more into it? That's why people watching movies multiple times, right? Because when you watch it several times, you see different things. And I believe that's the attraction the directors definitely have, and what really encouraged us that they're continuously searching for that, right? So they're not settling for what they had today. They always want to look what's there tomorrow. And of course, as a technology company, we help, of course, bringing up new ideas for them to explore them. The key thing where Barco positions himself is, one thing is, how can we bring new ideas, but at the same token, I want to see how can I get in a massive amount of screens being able to experience that, rather than just for the happy few. So I think it's as an industry, it's important, I believe, that the 150,000 screens worldwide, that's our canvas, right? That's where we can play with, and we want to increase that, or at least make sure that customers feel themselves very happy.
What did Barco Escape contribute to the overall movie-making experience? What did you want to get? With that, we're going to show some clips as we discuss of Star Trek.
Being a technology company, you're trying to think what is next, right? And when we and the team thought about Barco Escape, it was like, hey, now we're looking at this screen in front of us, which is, rectangular screen, and it can be curved a little bit, but why don't we use more of the canvas? Why don't we use broader, let's say, give the movie-going experience a broader experience? Of course, you have to have the creators joining into that journey. They have to say, hey, it makes sense. So we spend a lot of time with the creatives at that time to say, hey guys, do you believe it makes sense? Do you think you can tell your story better? And are you willing to go into that? And that we've been very happily surprised that many of them really joined in. And Star Trek Beyond, of course, is one of the big proof points where the creatives, and if you see this, the battleship coming down, it's brilliant. But also what we've seen is the box office has been tremendously doing well. So my point being is, it's not just we're creating this great experience, but also we have seen the consumer is willing to pay for that. And that, I think, as an industry is important too.
How many more of these movies do you anticipate we're going to see over the next few years?
Well, we're lining up, let's say, a whole slate of different movies, right? So I think we need to get at least around 10 movies a year. That's the model we want to get to. And of course, we also want to expand the footprint of the amount of screens, and that goes hand in hand. But I think that with 10 movies a year in Escape is at least a target which we're aiming for. And then we hope that we can bring Escape theaters. If you think about a multiplex where you get 8 screens, we would like one of those to be an Escape screen, right? People want to have choices, right? People want to go to the theater and say, that movie I want to experience in IMAX, that I want to see in Escape, that I want to see in a different format. So different formats have their space, and that, I believe, is we have to help creating those and make sure that the customer has those choices.
Talk about what you think the movie theater lobby should be for the fans that are coming in and going to have a great time at seeing the movie.
Yeah. Happy to do that. I mean, the lobby is the starting point, right? When I come in the lobby, I have to feel good about it, right? So I don't want to jam things. It has to be convenient. But at the same time, you want to have it digital. It has to be a digital treat, I believe. Why? Because I want to interact. I want to be surprised. I want to have maybe all the screens showing something, right? So a takeover, and then, okay, I got wowed with this. Now I can buy a ticket on this. So I want to be helped to consume, by the way, right? Which the exhibitor will like. But I want to have it done in a way that it helps, that it impresses me, that I get attracted to that. I mean, we had some statistics. This depends which region you're at, but 25% of people coming to a theater don't know what they're watching yet, right? Before they come there.
25% of the people coming to the theater haven't picked the movie yet.
Right. And so I'm one of those, by the way, with my kids, because we go to the movie and then we decide what to see. So that whole environment needs to help me doing that, right? I think that's something where many of the theaters are not really set up to, right, kind of thing. So that's definitely an element there. I think that virtual reality, right, I want to be surprised. I want to do things, interactive play walls, virtual reality. Those are the kind of things I want to see in the lobby. I want to see technology there, not for the sake of technology, but enriching the storytelling, and maybe about movies coming tomorrow, maybe about things, I'm going to see Star Wars, but I will get a virtual reality treat there. Afterwards, it's going to be on my phone because I'm going to connect to a digital billboard, and I'm going to scan it in, and I get a download, and now I'm going to see at home, a couple of things before, after the movie, how it's made and things like that. The whole journey of watching the movie starts earlier and goes longer.
You're saying engage the customer the moment they cross that threshold.
That's right.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Connect them all the way through the experience of the lobby, and connect with them as they come out.
True. And again, on the lobby, it's going to be a combination of digital and physical content there, right? You're still going to have physical pieces there. So it's not like everything is going to be digital, but the digital component, I believe, is missing. The interactivity is missing. And making it a place to be is missing, right? It is like you have to go through the lobby to go to the theater. That has to change. You just want to be in the lobby because it is a great place to be, and I can consume things there. And it helps me buying the next ticket. It helps me understanding what the next great movie is. And so if you see that the gaining for the movie business, I believe, is more people going to the movie, okay, fine, one thing, but people going more to the movie a year, that is the much bigger thing. So repeating that, I believe, is a much bigger gain, also from a profitability for the exhibitors.
So some of the troubling numbers is not that movie fans aren't still going to the movies. They may be going to 6 movies a year instead of 7 or 8, and you take that times hundreds of millions of people, and it impacts ticket sales. So your concept is, how do we make this an experience that you want to go back to, not just for the movie, but for the whole social experience of going out?
That's right, yes. And you want them there to connect, digitally to connect, and also to make sure that they have thought already what the next movies they want to see. Right. And that's an opportunity, I think. And I'm not saying nothing happens there, things happening in the lobby, but that's a big step we can take as an industry.
So a big part of the decision to come back to that theater, you're going to see trailers, right? You're going to see materials in the lobby. So it's using that time that they're in that theater to get them back sooner to the movie theater.
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
And that's an opportunity, I think, which is fully open there. I mean, we have improved as an industry tremendously in theater, right? With going digital, with the picture quality, all those things. Still many things which we can do there, but we have to look at the total experience. Because you only get in the theater after you went through the lobby and so on, after you have on the social media knowing what is the next movie you want to see. And there I believe that there's a lot opportunity for us to do as an industry.
When you were here 1 year ago,
yes,
you told me that automotive companies were thinking of using virtual reality and helping customers understand how to buy a car, sit in the car seat, and pick the options that they wanted. So last week I was at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, and I walked into the Volkswagen display. They had a virtual driver's seat where you sat on a chair, you put your headset on, and you could look at all the appointments on the interior of a Volkswagen. They had another person leading a person around in a circle looking at the sides of a car that was not there. Yeah. How do you view virtual reality? Are you excited about it? Do you think this is real? Is this, people want to get between, is this something that's just kind of one of these technology anomalies, or is this really something that's going to engage us in our future?
Let me try to break it down, the question you're asking, Jim. The people want to consume visual experiences in a way beyond today, right? That's for me a given. Now, what title you add to that, or what technology you put behind that, many things could be done there. But people want to have experiences, they want to consume visuals in a very different way. At the same token, they want to be very connected. So we talk about high quality consumption of visuals. Many people on an what should I say, phone device is not necessarily always about high quality, right? It's about the connection there. So also there we have to be careful that when I go in theater, yes, I get a high quality and so on, but when I'm connecting on my phone, maybe it's not about high quality, it's about the connection I want to make there. So virtual reality, or better, immersive experience. I like to call it immersive entertainment because virtual reality, sometimes it's about the technology, right? But immersive experiences, immersive entertainment will be the future.
About 6 weeks ago, we had a call from New York City from an Oscar-winning director's office who called to say, we are wondering whether our director could appear on the Close-Up series, because it's the one place he feels he could come and actually talk about the process of making a movie without having to talk in sound bites for most television interviews. None of this would be possible if Barco and you had not championed the cause of the Close-Up and made this series possible. Since this began, more than 1.2 million people have watched the program. 23% of our viewers are in China. Many, more than 40% of our viewers are between the ages of 18 and 34. They're young people starting their careers. We've had notes from universities that they use the videos in classrooms for film students. So on behalf of all of us, Wim, thanks to Barco, and thank you to you for making this series possible. It's been a work of love, and your generosity is greatly appreciated. No,
thank you, Jim. I mean, you did one hell of a great job, and I think it's important that we have I would say, those talks, right? It's important that we have the people of the industry being able to do that. So it's been a pleasure doing it and facilitating it, but it's greatly done on your behalf. So yeah.
Come back.
All right, we'll
All right.
do. Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you. All right.
The Close-Up is produced by the Advanced Imaging and VR Societies in Hollywood and is powered by Barco.